Gracias, medicina Bobinsana.
Music. Music is medicine. And plants can be medicine. And that's a song about plant medicine. A plant called Bobinsana.
Yes. Last night we sat in ceremony and we are dieting Bobinsana. And she's a really beautiful, beautiful medicine.
We're still discovering what lessons she has to offer.
Yeah.
But music is a big part of it. Music, for me, music represents just expressing love to the world through song, recognizing that the rocks, the trees, the sun, the lake, the birds, everyone and everything appreciates the music.
And for me, the vibration and the ability to truly immerse in the song or in the tone or in the sound is where the medicine comes through, comes in.
What's interesting about music, for me, I think for LaVina too, is that it can be bittersweet. It's so sweet, so beautiful to hear music played truly from the heart. And the discomfort that comes with that, there's so much to it. It's hard for me to really pin it down, but one experience that tends to happen with me is I feel desire, that I want to express myself like that when I'm in the presence of great musicians. And I feel insecure that I can't express myself, or that I feel that I can't express myself as freely with music and song. And this becomes especially uncomfortable for me when there happens to be a beautiful, attractive man who's singing from his heart. As happened last night in our ceremony. And it was such a perfect lesson for me. So important for me to experience.
Do you want to share what came up for you?
A beautiful man in our ceremony sang from his heart. And I was swept away by the beauty of his voice and his guitar and the song that he sang. And then I kept feeling waves of discomfort as I compared myself to him, and I could feel LaVina also feeling the beauty that he was sharing. And the discomfort that arises from that in thinking my partner is loving this man, my partner feels attracted to this man, my partner's feeling the beauty that this man has to offer. Of course, when I say it so clearly, it's great. Wow, we're experiencing beauty together. This man is offering his beauty to us. And then the story that this is uncomfortable because she may feel more attracted to him, she may want to kiss him, be with him, and suddenly that starts to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and this is touching on this age-old tale, this old paradigm that we've been living in, where there is competition in brotherhood and comparison and sisterhood, and this battle of the fittest, or like needing to be better or the best. And for me, this is showing up in this place of insecurity and self-judgment, and feeling as though I'm not good enough to express myself, or if it's not perfect, it's just not going to be received as beauty. And then feeling like I need to keep myself down or keep myself quiet rather than expressing and sharing what I truly want to offer, because of these insecurities and these stories that I tell myself, these stories that we tell ourselves, that keep us in this place of separation.
Yeah, it's an incredible experience to perceive beauty, and that so often it comes with strings attached. To look out at a beautiful view and feel like I never want to leave this.
Yeah, just clinging in this attachment.
Or to make love and hope that that moment will never end. Not that that's a bad experience. It's there's just a fine line between attachment and then carrying a memory with us.
Yeah, and when we step into attachment or comparison, competition, what's happening is we're coming out of the truth in the depth of presence that we could be experiencing if we could rather allow and embrace what is just the way it is, without these judgments, without these stories, and yeah, these old spiraling thoughts, these thought patterns that come up and they spiral, they take us out of that central point and spiral us and get us all feeling loopy and crazy and like there's something wrong, rather than witnessing the miracle of this gift of experience.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm in a state today where words aren't coming as easily. But
and how does that feel? Presencing that, like, that's okay. Just how can we allow more often? How can we love more often, loving ourselves in whatever way, shape, or form we're showing up?
Thank you. That's exactly what I was feeling into. First, there's this journey of just being aware of the voice or the thoughts, and that's a big step.
Yes.
Just to be aware, like, I'm feeling insecure right now. I'm feeling anger. I'm feeling jealousy. Just to have that awareness to notice the emotional activity that's happening. And then this next phase of the journey that we're moving through is then figuring out how to interact with those parts of ourselves. And we touched upon it in our last video, that it's not a pushing away. Like, when I experience the discomfort that comes while perceiving beauty, it can be very easy for me to feel some self-loathing. Like, I don't like myself when I'm feeling this way. I don't like this part of me that is feeling insecure and comparison and jealousy. Yeah, come through.
We're recording a video. No, come on. Thank you.
But as I've found in my experience, just wanting it to go away, wanting these thoughts and feelings to go away, it hasn't really worked for me. And so what I'm exploring now in this ceremony is just how to honor those parts of myself, how to bring them into harmony with my whole essence, my whole being.
Yeah, this is such a beautiful segue. And yesterday we had a letting go ceremony, a fire ceremony, where we wrote down these things that we wanted to release, these thought patterns, these habitual ways of thinking and feeling, and these things that come up that we feel ready to let go, that we feel aren't serving us anymore. And I think we share in a lot of them, in that comparison and self-judgment and insecurity, all of these things that continue to come up and show up in my daily life, in our daily lives. It's like, what is that serving? It's really, it's only keeping me from this freedom in expression and this freedom in being. It's really not helping. It's not helpful to me by condemning myself or feeling as though I'm doing something wrong or imperfect. So this work of witnessing when these things come up, and taking it another step and utilizing our connection and our relationship to share and communicate about this process. You know, when these things come up, we're expressing it to one another, which takes humility, which takes humbling ourselves and to be in that vulnerable state to say, hey, I'm noticing this, and also acknowledging that by humbling oneself, it's actually takes a lot of courage and bravery. So I think that's what we're working with right now. And this experience that Harry had with this
Hari
had this experience that Hari had, what with this comparison to this other beautiful man, was then shared with him. You know, we were able to come into a place where we are all sitting and sharing space together, and we were able to come into a place and share this. Harry was able to share these emotions and these things that came up for him. We have some friends that are joining us.
You want to say hi?
Un video. Picture us pictures. Cuties.
I had to snag the guitar just to take care of it.
We can edit this, I think. We'll have to figure it out.
We're going to edit this.
We're going to try to edit this. Maybe. Or maybe this is how it will come out, because we're showing it all. You know, our raw selves, and maybe keeping the bloopers in is part of it, you know, keeping the imperfections to welcome this conglomerate of experience. Ow!
So, yeah, I think the last note I'll touch upon is what a friend just shared with us. Actually, the same man who sang so beautifully last night, he said that, well, I said that to ask why, like, why does this happen to me? Why do I get jealous? Why do I get insecure? I'm even, like, not so interested in answering that question anymore, because it just leads to more whys, and I don't even know if I can fully capture an answer. But it exists. It exists in me, and it exists in the collective. And what our friend Dom, what lesson he imparted to me is that by engaging with these difficult feelings, by communicating them, by honoring them, we're also honoring the collective.
Yes, thank you. And by offering gratitude for the awareness of these things, rather than condemnation for them simply being there. There's nothing wrong with these thoughts that come up, and we are taking steps towards releasing them. And in order to release them, we need to first embrace. We need to embrace all parts of ourselves. All parts of ourselves, so that we can be whole, so that we can step into our togetherness as opposed to our separation.
And it really, really helps to have a partner who listens and supports your process. Supports my process.
Yeah.
Just receiving what is said and holding space.
Yeah.
Having a partner who holds space. It's a beautiful thing.
Listening and allowing. That's medicine. Welcoming in all of these tools into our toolkit so that we can continue to expand our hearts and to experience greater depths of love and connectivity with ourselves, with all of our relations, and with the entire world.
Well, the wind is returning. It's time for us to go. For anyone who's listening, watching, we're also happy to hear what you have to say. So feel free to leave comments and reach out to us.
Yeah, maybe we have an email address.
Got an email address, lavina.haribo@gmail.com.
And yeah, please subscribe. We're going to continue sharing these processes, and I think eventually we'll offer potentially meditations or different exercises that we are utilizing to move through these processes with greater grace and ease to find our deepest center and harmony.
Definitely lots more to come on that.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.